Hey there, Crafty Mavens. So I wanted to film a quick intro for this video before I go to work for the day because it's easier for me to film then. And I'll film the actual process tonight. Sorry, I'm headed to work, so my hair's a mess. I haven't looked in the mirror yet. Anyway, sorry. So with this video, I'm almost finished with my cruise album. I have like probably 4 more layouts to go, which will be a huge relief to me because then I can work on other stuff, and probably a huge relief for my family because then I'll be in a better mood because I'll be done with this project and it'll be really cute anyway. And I'll do on my channel a flip through of that book once it's done. So this is Scraplift Saturday. You should have seen before this the page that I'm scraplifting. It's a 2-page layout. I'm only scraplifting like half of it, and using Kiwi Lane templates, which you'll see me do in the process, and then just a few things from I sort of made myself a kit of cruise pages, and then I have some 12x12s that are out of it. But what I decided is, since I'm almost done, one of the things I need to use up is my Carnival Cruise themed supplies that I have, because who knows if my next cruise will be a Carnival cruise. Next cruise, yes, I'm going on another cruise at some point in my life. Yay! Anyway, so using up those Carnival themed things. So I have, and this page is going to be towel animals. I don't know, I have those photos out somewhere. So what I found is I have this towel animal sticker, and I pulled this little embellishment and a 1 because you got 1 towel animal. Kind of a bummer, yeah? And then a stash of paper. Because that towel animal sticker is orange, I pulled some oranges, and then it has some blue, so I pulled some blue. And I wish I could find those photos. I don't know. They're here somewhere. Anyway, so that's really it. And I'll start the video now. I'll speed it up and you won't have to look at me anymore. And I'll come back when my day's done. Bye. So I'm going to use this orange bit as a layout, and it took me a while to get this started. I'm going to eat my peach flavored Cheerios here. I had to reprint these photos because I lost them, and right before I filmed this voiceover, I found the photos, but that's fine. I'd already finished the layout. And yes, I'm going to continue snacking on my peach-flavored Cheerios while I make it, so sorry about that. So these are 2 pictures of the towel animal from our trip, and what I'm doing here is working with the templates to kind of figure out, because I want to do kind of the same idea as that sketch that I showed at the beginning. I'm trying to figure out which way to do use these papers since there's words on them, so the words are all right side up, and how to make that all work. And you see me kind of trace that here. I end up going a little bit differently than the layout. I'll talk about that a little bit more when I get there. But I couldn't quite do exactly the idea for a couple of reasons. On this paper, I wanted to make sure I got that word that said carnival as part of the top. Here I'm figuring out kind of what layers are going to go underneath and how that's going to work. I wanted to make sure to use the word carnival since I'm kind of trying to use up these papers. I want to make sure I use especially the carnival themed portions of them. I decide rather than do that one right now, first I'm going to go with the bigger layer that goes on the bottom out of this orange print. And you know, so far the only thing I don't love about using the templates is tracing them and then cutting and then having to erase my trim lines. I wish there was kind of an easier way to do the cutting portion. But I'm going to try something new in one of these videos here as a better way to kind of do that. So we'll see how that works. But so there you can see that I get to use that carnival I'm going to sort of overlap those or butt them up against each other. I'm just going to use some washi tape that was right by my spot to stick them together so they're kind of easier to work with. And then I'm going to overlap it against that one that I have cut out of the orange paper. And I like all these different curves, especially on these cruise layouts. I think it goes really well because it mimics all of the waves. And here I need my eraser. Sorry about the lighting. I thought it was a little better than this actually, but it's brighter in person. So then I lay this down, and what I find is, uh-oh, that orange paper just doesn't go. It like disappears on the orange background. So I'm like, well, maybe I can use some of this stripe, although I was really planning on using that sort of as the strip in the middle. And then I figure out that, oh, if I flip it over, I can use some of this blue. And then I'm like, well, I can do like this. And so I draw it. And then I go to put it back together, and I realize, oh, that doesn't really work. I'm going to have to use a little bit more of this blue paper. How's that going to work? And get it kind of where I want it underneath. I want to be able to see all of the curves. In the end, none of that really would have mattered because a lot of that bottom portion ends up getting covered up with my photos, but at the time I thought it was going to potentially be an issue, so I wanted to do it what I felt like was the best, proper, correct, whatever way. There you go. And that's kind of what it's going to look like. I'm going to go ahead and tape that down to my big orange background there. And eat some more Cheerios. Yay for Cheerios. And then I go to put those on. I eat some more Cheerios. That was my husband showing you a comic book. I don't know why. I'm going to cut off this strip of... fish paper, but I don't get it quite cut straight because of my own error, not my trimmer, and decide that I don't like the way that that looks anyway, because that's going to be blue on blue. I need orange, because that orange is actually missing right in the middle there. So I need to bring that orange through. So I grab just a tiny strip of that orange print, not the background, but the print, which just looks like bubbles, so it's perfect. And then the photos just look kind of out of place with the rest of the layout. When I do it like this, I decided they needed a mat. Well, I'm looking, trying to get some white cardstock, and I don't have any. And so I look at just the backs of some papers I have laying near my desk, and I just end up using a piece of a pattern paper, but it's white on the back. So I just cut a 4-inch strip, cut that into 2 4x6s, then realized that my photos, the 4-inch side was exactly 4 inches, and that won't work, so I have to cut them just a little smaller, but that's fine. I can just trim off some of that excess. And then that one was a little bit less, so I get rid of it. And I get those on that white, and there I like the way that that pops up a lot better. In the sketch, it did use a vertical and a horizontal 4x6, which is great, except it just feels awkward. And then I'm trying to get rid of the not leave any trap spaces really. And that embellishment is 2 things. It's a layered sticker from the kit that I bought, and then what looks like a porthole. And I just layered them on top of each other because it says Carnival, and I think it looks cute. And I stick that down as the big round embellishment from the sketch. I cut this card because I thought I planned to use that orange side, and then I realized, oh no, I didn't. I intended to use that side for my journaling that has the blue and the orange and all of it kind of tied together. I decided that I can take a little bit of that extra and put it behind my little towel animal guy. So I do that and tape it down. I get the journaling card taped down. I'm going to use here a bit of, I'm just going to use my pencil to draw out some journaling lines, which I do need to actually go back to the layout and erase. I forgot to do that. And I'm going to use black Sharpie, which ends up being kind of a little bolder than maybe what I should have gone for this layout, but I fix it because I go back and I add a black sticker up near the top when I'm embellishing, and I think that actually is going to work out perfectly. So I like the way that that all goes together. My journaling actually ends up fitting exactly on the card. Sometimes those things work in life and sometimes they don't. This time it did. And then these are some old Jelly Bean Soup word stickers. And I just say, hello you. So the journaling basically just says that, you know, towel animals on cruises are kind of famous. Unfortunately for us, this is the only towel animal we got in our room on the cruise, so it's the only one I have photos of because it's all we had. But, so he was very special to us, our little anteater whatever deal guy. So, we were kind of disappointed on our cruise with the room steward for our room, but otherwise the cruise was great. So, hello you is what that's going to say, and I actually like the way it fits on the layout. It works decently with what it says. I like the white. Here I have a little Tupperware container where I just have little hearts punched out in a couple different sizes from different scraps of paper that I had. They're pretty basic. I have black, white, craft, and gold in there, I think. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.